the toxic femininity? Because
get your money, sis, fuck a hater. Get your money, sis, get your weight up. Make your money move, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, it's all about the cream and getting money, sis. Get your money, sis, fuck a hater.
what's good, everybody, and welcome back to 2 Cent Tuesday with Jenny, where you will be getting my unsolicited, unapologetic opinion about what's going on in the world today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a new video. And you might as well go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. So y'all know I love y'all very much, and as usual, I try my best to make sure that I'm talking about something that everybody wants to talk about. And I really didn't see any drama going on in the celebrity world. However, I did come across quite a few videos today which led me to a conversation I had with a group of women, which led me to a new term that I never heard of, and I want to talk about it today. So, initially, it started off with me scrolling on Instagram, and I came across a video of a young lady who clearly is graduating from college. She is posing in the pictures for her family, and they tell her to turn around, and her boyfriend is on one knee proposing. Let's just go ahead and watch the video for ourselves. Beautiful moment, right? Who wouldn't want this dream proposal? I graduate, I'm getting a ring, I'm just floating on cloud nine, right? Most would think. However, the comment section was filled with women in an uproar saying that he stole her moment and that this was not the right time to have a proposal. And I was immediately taken aback because one would think this was a positive thing, but a lot of the women turned it into something very negative. I brought the first video to the attention of some of the women I work with, and one of them happened to mention the word toxic femininity. And I was like, oh, call me living under a rock, but I never heard of this. Now, we know of toxic masculinity. I hear that all the time, but I never really heard toxic femininity. Now, in my head, I put two and two together. Opposite of masculinity, it would be femininity. So I just asked her to elaborate a little bit on it. And it kind of led me down a rabbit hole about all these different videos and concepts of what exactly is toxic femininity. So if you don't know, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Toxic femininity refers to a concept that restricts women to being cooperative, passive, sexually submissive, gentle, and pleasing to men. Other traits: emotional manipulation, selfish, degrading to others, specifically towards men, victim mentality, often compete with men, and disrespect of gender roles. Yikes. Is the toxic femininity in the room with me? Am I the toxic femininity? Because let's go ahead and dissect this for a little second. And please let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments down below and this whole toxic femininity situation. Do you feel like he overshadowed his woman by proposing to her? Do you feel like you could possibly be a toxic feminist? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop my 2 cents in on the situation. I'm not gonna lie, a few of the definitions I'm like, ooh, it's giving me. But initially, okay, I'm gonna touch base on the video first. I thought that was so strange that women managed to find something negative about that video. Something negative about a man proposing to his woman at her graduation. Now, granted, baby girl did look a little shocked and a little like, boy, what are you doing? But I think she just was completely thrown off and wasn't expecting it. And she said yes, and she cried and got emotional. Hey, but not for a second would I ever think like, oh, he's trying to take her shine. Men never know the right time to do something. Oh, he couldn't let her have this moment. What the hell does that mean? Because, baby, if my man is getting on one knee at my graduation, he just elevated this memory to a whole nother level for me. I remember I thought that was going to happen, but I got played. But I didn't see anything wrong with it. And I, even myself reading the comments, I'm like, damn, women always got to find something wrong with something. And that's what led me to this whole toxic femininity situation. Now, ladies, don't get your panties in a bunch, okay? Because I'm not saying, y'all are wrong for feeling how y'all feel. But I do feel like, some women can really just do too much. And when I say, and as far as the whole video about the girl cooking for her boyfriend every day, first of all, clearly she is a chef. And clearly she is trying to get to a bag, showing what she is capable of. And clearly if she want to cook for her man every day, that's her business. Why is that an issue? Again, disrespecting of the gender roles. You don't value gender roles in a relationship. Now, granted, because I know I could be a little complicated order when it comes to that. And when I say respect gender roles, like, I do respect gender roles. Like, I want my man to lead and be a man and all that. I don't want to feel controlled in the relationship, and I don't want to feel like I am beneath you in the relationship. But I do respect a man who plays who's a man in our dynamic. But I do respect a man who is being a man in our dynamic. Like, I know my place, he knows his place type of situation, if that's making any sense. And I know this, a lot of women love to say, well, I'm a girl's girl, and I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm very much of a girl's girl. Like, I don't just ride with women just because they're women. Yes, I am all about women empowerment. I love to see positive black women. I love to surround myself with positive black women. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to sit there and just be like, girl power on everything, when I may not necessarily agree with this woman's values and her morals and how she moving. I'm not just gonna say, yeah, girl, get it, because she's a girl. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what that means to me. I don't know what being a girl's girl means to y'all, but in my mind, that means you're riding for women no matter what they do, no matter what they say, you riding for women. That's just not me. I ride for people who are doing the right thing, and I ride for people who stands for what I stand for, respectfully. So I remember coming across the post, and the guy kept referring to women as females, like, y'all females, and she pointed it out to him, like, calling us females was like a negative thing. And again, I'm like, what the hell? Now people can't say females? And I did not understand where she was coming from, because I'm just like, what the, like, are you not a female? Let me rewind. When I say she took offense to him calling women females, it wasn't because she was gender fluid or transgender. She simply felt like he was showing his toxic masculinity by referring to us as females. And again, I was like, what the is the problem? Until a male friend of mine, we have conversations all the time, and a lot of times when he uses the word females, it's always in a negative light. It's always y'all females do this and y'all females do that. And immediately it does, I felt myself like, what, like, don't say stuff like that. Like it immediately triggers me because in my mind, it's putting us all in a box. You're saying all females this and all females that. And it did bother me, and I tell him all the time, like, don't do that, stop saying that, because a lot of times men don't like when you say y'all men, y'all dudes, y'all, I'm gonna say the N-word. A lot of men get in their feelings when you say things like that because they also don't want to be put in a box, and vice versa. So I think that we all tend to have these toxic traits, whether it's masculinity, femininity. My immediately thought when I heard the word was women who don't know how to be women. And when I say that is women who are so strong and so independent and so and portrays such masculine energy that they don't even know how to take a step back and let a man do his thing or let a man lead, because they're so used to doing it and they are so determined to exercise their right as a woman and we are just as equal as you are, that sometimes it comes off as toxic femininity. And I can understand that. But why is that? And I've done videos on this topic so many times, and I've said it a million times before, and I'm going to always say it. It all leads back to a man. When you see women who are so strong like that, and they put down men and they put down women, and they want to be both the man and the woman in a relationship, and they don't know how to let a man lead, and they have this victim mentality. When I see women like that, a lot of times I feel like their father failed them. And their grandfather failed their mother prior to that. And great grandfathers and all of those prior to that. I could be wrong, but that's just how I always see it. Some man in that woman's life dropped the ball somewhere, whether it was a father, a grandfather, a great grandfather. And because a woman, that whatever man who dropped that ball, where that woman now had to pick it up and dribble, being both the man and the woman in a relationship, and now she done passed the same mentality down to her daughter and her daughter and her daughter after that, it all comes back to men. And if you want to even go deeper than that, it goes back to slavery, when the men were just taken from us. So it's a whole vicious cycle, and I really hate that we keep having these conversations of men versus women and the masculinity and the femininity. If we just stop trying to be better than the other and constantly pointing out each other's flaws, maybe there would be more marriages and more happiness, and the dating pool wouldn't be so rotten and nasty and pissy and full of poo. This conversation can go so deep, and it's so easy for all of us to portray these traits, and especially modern women. A lot of us just don't know how to take a step back and be ladylike, or sit in our softness and just let a man be a man and say that we want these things, and when we get them, we don't know how to appreciate it or to value it or to allow it to do what it needs to do. And the same with men being toxic masculine men. It's a little bit of it in us all. How far you decide to take it is up to you. Therapy is key. But yeah, I don't know what, like I said, I'm just now really getting into it, and I want to read into it more because, I'm trying to live my soft girl life. And I don't want to say my soft girl era, because the era ends. I want to be in my soft girl life for the rest of my life. You understand? So if I have to read about things like what would make me to be a toxic feminist, and I gotta check myself on certain things, then I'm willing to do so. I know y'all tired of the men-women conversations, and so am I. But I just found this interesting, and I just wanted to dig a little bit into it. So please do share y'all comments down below. Let me know what y'all think about it. And speaking of men and women and gender roles and all of that good stuff, and women having to take the lead sometimes, make sure y'all go and cop my books, Inherited Dysfunction Part 1 and 2. It is available on Amazon.com. Also, Part 1 is available on BarnesandNoble.com. I never really say that, but everything is in the description down below. Make sure y'all follow me on all of my social media platforms. TikTok is going bye-bye. I don't know what's going to happen. So make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and subscribe here. And Jenny is out.